Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Chisme Chronicles Podcast.
Episode 10.
All right, we're getting it. We're getting it down.
We're getting a groove now.
Getting a groove.
After 10 episodes?
Groove with me.
Professionals for real. He's been singing. There's like 5 minutes before this where he was just singing pretty much.
Can you get a copyright strike for singing?
Only if your likeness is so similar to
You're
the
so
actual.
dumb.
No, I'm being serious. That's the rule.
Really?
It has to be like of extreme likeness.
So like if I'm singing a Bruno Mars song or I don't know what, I don't even know why I thought Bruno.
Really good.
For real.
Yeah, you'll never get a copyright strike. It's fine.
Damn. Damn. You're like it's fine. You can sing every episode.
All you want. Yeah.
Wow.
We're just gonna publish that 5-minute clip of him singing before this, just as evidence. That song. Can I give a story to this song?
Michael Jackson.
That song. I always tell the story to people, but I have like trauma from that song. Just a joke. I'm using that word like super stupid. But in 4th grade. In 4th grade, I had a 4th grade boyfriend that told
True love.
His friend. Shout out, you know who you are. I know you're watching right now. You know you still love me. He told his friend to tell my friend, 4th grade, whatever, that he was going to sing to me at recess one day. Okay. And so we met under this tree, which we would like meet to hug, by the way. And he sang that entire Grenade by Bruno Mars, that entire song from start to finish, holding eye contact, the entire song.
That's true love right there.
And I just stood there.
That's true love.
And it was awful.
Like, I haven't done that for my wife, a full song without breaking eye contact.
Start to finish, full eye contact.
I think he loves you more than
anyone
has loved anyone before.
He still loves me. I'm just kidding.
I don't know why.
No, but that was a real story, and I tell it to everybody. And right afterwards, I was like, "Okay, thank you," and then I went to go like play with ants.
Dude,
I'm not kidding.
Dude, okay, so I have a story.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's so funny? So you're like, okay, thank you. And I went to go play with ants. Like, not that I played with ants in my story, but. What that reminded me of is when I was in 8th grade. So I was in 8th grade, and I had a crush on this girl. But so I guess it doesn't matter. Wife? Oh,
does she know?
Has there been others?
Yeah.
So I had a crush on this other girl. Not that what happened to me would have changed anything if I didn't have a crush on anybody else, but this girl that was like I wasn't like super friends with her, but it was kind of like you're kind of you're kind of friends with these groups and stuff, so you kind of know everyone and whatnot. I remember we were coming out of I think we were coming out of English class, and she walked up to me, and she's like, "Oh, I want to tell you something," or like, "I have something to say to you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like what's up? Like what's up?" Yeah. And she's like. I don't remember her exact words, but it was like, I like you, or like, I have a crush on you. It was, she's declaring her love.
Yeah.
So
cute.
And I remember, and I didn't know what to do. Like I kind of froze. Like,
all right, sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
God.
I was like, yeah, what time's lunch? No. So, no. So, I can't remember exactly what she said, right? So she walks up to me and she's like, "Hey, I want to tell you something." And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, I really like you, or like I have a crush on you. And I remember I just kind of like froze, like I didn't know what to do. And she was shorter than me. Like she was like kind of like a lot shorter than me. So her head was like, I don't know, her head was like maybe like neck height or something. I patted her on the head. No. And I was like, and I said, "Oh," I went like, "Oh, like, oh." I might have said thank you. Dude.
Oh my God.
It was because I felt so bad. I didn't know what to do.
I would have never gone back. I mean, that's not your fault.
No,
what can you do?
I mean,
but I would have never gone back to school.
Dude, because it was like if she like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I wish I could go back
to exist.
Like, if people say,
imagine, like, that's one of those feelings, like, for
wait,
her, where
you would have
like,
ceased to exist as me or as the girl?
As the girl.
Okay.
Like, obviously, for you just feel bad.
She's just
for
like,
her, dude. For me, like, I would have like just willed the earth to swallow me whole in that moment.
Dude, like, I don't know if she was taller. The thing is, dude, if she was taller, maybe I would have given her a hug or something. I don't know. I didn't know what to do.
No, yeah, that's not your fault.
People say, like, if you could go back, you know what I mean? If you could go back in time with $1 million, and go back, so like,
that would be your moment.
People would be like, look, I'm gonna go back in time and I'm gonna place all these bets, or I'm gonna make all these investments.
I'm gonna baby Hitler. Some people.
I mean, it's mostly about money. like what would you do with $1 million?
Save the world, babe.
Oh, my moment was like, I'll just keep the $1 million and I'll go back in time and I would have done something better. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have done that. Okay.
Yeah, that whole freaking tangent because you decided to sing Grenade right now.
I know, dude. But anyway, I don't know why I think about, like, you know, there's like certain things that they're not like affecting your life or anything like that. It's not a big deal. But
it affects my life every day. Every time I hear that song.
Yeah, you're just like traumatized from that song.
No, but yeah, every time I cannot hear that song anymore. Like every time it comes on, and even if I'm in somebody else's car, I'll be like, skip it.
Yeah,
I can't.
Really?
I'm being
like
so serious.
Like that.
Skip it. Yeah, like right now, please.
So that actually kind of makes me think of something. So this is episode 10.
Yes.
You know, we told ourselves when we started this podcast. We enjoy these kinds of stories. We enjoy these kind of like discussions and whatever. Mm-hmm. So we had a goal of doing 10 episodes, right? Like, well, we don't know where this is going to go. Let's just do 10 episodes and then see what happens. So this is episode 10. Moving forward, I mean, we're going to continue doing like stories like this, but we also want to bring some different kind of content, like
try some other stuff.
Yeah. Like, you know, in the same kind of like podcast format. We're not exactly sure what it's going to be, but we're going to explore with different things. We want to keep at least one episode a week where we're doing something with like
Reddit or
you know, stories, more Am I the Asshole, you know, just different things, but other things where we can discuss different topics. Like, I mean, this is a perfect example of, like, you know, we could do an episode on like your most embarrassing moments. You know, like our most embarrassing moments, or other people that post about their embarrassing moments. We're just going to be
exposing ourselves, just laying our whole heart out for you guys to make judgment on.
You're like kidding. Your worst dating experiences. Like, I know you've got a lot.
Oh God!
You got a lot of content right there. We could do 10 episodes off of Kaylee's.
I'm just gonna air everybody out.
Yeah.
Just name names, full first and last names. This person, this what you did.
I was gonna say, well, I'm sure you don't care because we're gonna talk about these things, right? We're gonna talk about your relationships at some point.
Sure.
But I was gonna say, you know.
Oh wait! I'm a little bit scared of what you're gonna say, and certain people.
No, I'm not gonna say any names.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that, you know, horrible experiences and all of those those dates where someone wanted to take you to a secret spot. Oh my God,
that's
let me show you my secret spot.
Dating in Yuma for you.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, get out, please.
But anyway.
Oh God.
So yeah, I mean, so
give me flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh, grenade. So we'll do. We're gonna jump into our episode now, and get it rocking here. I'm gonna kick it off like always, and stick around for more episodes of the same, but also exploring into different topics, more either about ourselves or other people posting funny experiences.
Yeah.
So
it'll be good.
All right. Here we go. Story number 1. Am I the asshole for saying I'll be driving myself and paying for my own room on the upcoming family vacation so I won't have to be a babysitter? All right. I, 23 male, was repeatedly stuck playing the part of helper and babysitter on family outings. I had to move out of my parents' house because I kept being forced to help watch my 3 nephews. Last year, we took a family vacation in summer to the coast. I rode along with my parents and they paid for my hotel room. Only I had to share that room with 3 rowdy boys because my sister and her husband wanted a room to themselves.
Oh my God.
I was promised time to do my own things on the vacation, but instead I ended up having to help with these kids. I complained to everyone about it and was reminded I was there for free. And then we pretty much just did only one thing I wanted to do, which was tour an art gallery. I like doing this whenever I'm at the coast, but the kids find it boring. This year, my parents have a beach trip planned for June, and they assumed I'd be riding along the same way as last year. But I refused. I said I'd be driving myself and paying for my own hotel stay to have my own room. My parents were shocked and tried to remind me of the cost. I said it was no worry. I've got a good job and a decent running car. I can more than afford it. That's when the buts started. Started. I stated the previously listed things about the previous vacation,
the last vacation
as why I'll be driving myself and paying for myself. I want to be able to enjoy this vacation as an adult and not be treated like a child like last year. My parents told my sister, and she called to blow up at me that I'll be ruining the vacation if I'm off doing my own thing while she has to wrangle her 3 boys.
Oh my God.
I ended up yelling at her that last year all she did was rope me into her mess. I didn't really get to do much of anything I wanted to do, and I was treated like the bad guy for wanting to just go to an art gallery. I'm a grown man. I deserve my own vacation too. Now, my sister is not speaking to me, and my parents are trying to convince me to just ride with them to keep the peace. I'm still refusing, but the pressure is getting to me. Am I the asshole for not giving in? I know they'll have a pretty hard time when they won't have another person there to help. There's some edits. I want to read those too. He said, it's barely been an hour since I posted, but my sister is apparently a Reddit lurker in the mornings, and she saw my post. Not only is she furious with me, but she's also upset no one in the comments is siding with her. To make it short, she went on a big rant about how it's so hard to be a parent to triplets, and the least I could do is help because I'm young and single and she needs a break. I stood my ground on my decision, and now she's calling our parents to get them involved. I'm expecting a call from them any minute. And there's another update. Well, I'm off to work now, so I can tell more of what went down. I guess you could say it's over. My sister got our parents involved. They looked at my post and were absolutely horrified by the continuous influx of commenters. Yes, they're very angry with me that I posted here, but I told them that if they just listened to me to begin with, I'd have never needed to. I'm sick of the whole keep the peace mentality that sacrifices me to keep my sister like happy. Mm-hmm. They in turn went off on my sister, and to make a long story short, the whole vacation has been canceled. The hotel wasn't booked yet anyway, but my parents are arguing with my sister. My sister is blaming me, and my nephews are crying because they're not going to go to the beach. My sister called me at lunch and basically implied I have no life, which is why I have time to help. I recorded that and told our parents, and that's currently what they're fighting about. I wasn't going to update again, but here's a little more. Parents said they won't ever push babysitting on my nephews on me again, and have agreed that what happened last year was unfair to me. Right now, they're very angry with my sister for telling me I should help her because she thinks I have no life. My sister is playing the victim, and my brother-in-law is basically saying nope to the whole mess and spending most of his time at work. So
what a freaking disaster.
Yeah, I'm glad he updated about the parents, because then I would have been like annoyed with the parents too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. I mean, this one again is obvious. He's not the asshole, right? Like everybody, I'm sure everybody in the comments agrees or whatever. Super weird to me that the parents were the one facilitating him being the babysitter. Like what?
Oh, his
How
parents.
did they get it? Yeah. Because they're not his parents. Like those are their grandkids. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's super weird to me that that they were the ones on the last vacation that it sounds like they facilitated putting the kids onto him.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
you know what I mean? Because it's not like this. I mean, the sister obviously, I'm sure, advocated for it, but that makes it seem like there was like some backroom talk between the sister and the parents of like, oh yeah, we'll just put him with the boys.
So he's,
you know
like,
what I mean?
I complained to everyone, and I was reminded that I was there for free. So like, I wonder who said that. You know what I mean? Because like it could have been the sister. You know what I mean? Like, well,
but the parents are the one that yeah, and the parents obviously paid for him with that in mind. You know what I mean? Of like, we're gonna pay for him, and then he owes us.
Well, I don't know.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
because the parents are the one that bunked him with the 3 nephews.
But that's also kind of like normal though. Like if you have like the parents or the grandparents or his parents are gonna
3 children.
No, but his parents are gonna be alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the sister. So the brother their son needed to have his own room anyway. Like he was gonna need a room, and so the parents paid for an additional room where their son, that's 23 or 22 at the time, was going to stay. I have no doubt in my mind that then his sister is like, oh, well, we'll just put my boys with you.
Yeah.
Because the sister,
we want to be by ourselves.
The sister would have had to rent an additional room for her kids, or maybe they're not old enough. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, they're not old enough. So she's like, well, they'll just stay with you. Is that okay? And then he's like, well, I guess it's okay. So that's
so awful, dude.
I feel like it's the sister.
Yeah. I don't even know. I mean, I guess, but at the very least, the grandparents are like not helping the situation. But it sucks so bad because like this guy's 23. Like if he wanted to be taking care of kids, he could go have his own kids.
Yeah, the mom's mentality here.
As a parent. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm a parent. I'm saying her as a parent, right? Like I don't know how stressful. I mean, I can imagine how stressful parenting can be. Like I've lived with babies now for the last 2 years, you know what I mean, like in various households now. And it's like I can imagine that's like incredibly stressful. You are never like owed help from somebody else. Right. You are the parent. You are solely responsible. I don't care who else lives with you. I don't care who else is around you. I don't care if they're literally sitting on their butt doing nothing but twiddling their thumbs. They do not owe you help for being there, for existing. That's not their kid.
Yeah, like, I 100% agree. Like I hate when people do that. You know what I mean? Like when they think that you owe them or that you have to because you don't have kids, or her thinking that, oh, you don't have a life, or well, you're here, you're available. Now there's also a difference between asking someone like, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me? Can you watch them for a little bit? Like I do that. I've done that too. Like, hey, can you watch them for like 5 minutes or whatever? I got to go do this, or I'm going to run around, blah, 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 blah. But there's like a difference between these like little short things like that. And when somebody that's basically kind of wants you to babysit on this more like long term
for the entire time.
Yeah. Or be like, hey, you're supposed to be helping me all day long. You need to be helping me.
You're here.
Yeah, like why aren't you helping me? Like if they go to
it would even be like a big ask, but I'm saying like it would be not justified, but like they could ask like, hey, ahead of time, like we want to have this date night on the vacation. Yeah. Could you guys help or something, or could you help or something? And then it's like up to that person, but to just like expect it like is like a whole nother level of like being an asshole, I feel like that's a whole like culture too. Like, I mean, I haven't had Instagram for a long time, but I feel like there was a whole like mom culture on like Instagram for like a hot minute, where it's like I get to cut in the front of the line at coffee shops because like I just had to drop my kid off at school and I have to make it to work, and you don't understand because you don't have kids. You know what I mean? Like you could have woken up earlier because you don't have kids.
Dude, I hate that. So I'm supposed to change. Like I have to change my life.
My life has to revolve around the child bearing.
Yeah, and you know what? Just wanted to say also, like I feel like I just saw this part right here where he's like, my parents were shocked and tried to remind me of the cost of like, are you sure you want to go by yourself?
Yeah.
So like they were a little
facilitating that.
They were a little
which makes me think that there's like backroom talk between like which is fine. Obviously I'm saying backroom because like I'm making it seem like this like situation or whatever. But yeah, like the parents I feel like the daughter's talking to the parents and like almost like planning this out. You know what I mean? Like without his.
But at the end, but at the end, they were like, you know what? You're right. We're not going to be pushing babysitting on you anymore and all that stuff.
Good, yeah, at least. Even though the sister still sucks.
Like they're reasonable.
Yeah, and it's further annoying to me, like the type of person that'll see all the comments of being like, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, and then they're like, no, these people suck, and like I can't believe that they're saying this.
They're so wrong, and it's like, yo, there was like
they don't understand. What don't they understand?
95% of the people that voted on this thing did not agree with you.
Yeah. Okay,
go for it.
I have this one's a little bit weird to me, and I feel conflicted. But okay. Ooh, would I be the asshole for spraying some kid with my garden hose daily after he walks all over my lawn?
What?
Wait, it gets weirder, I promise.
Okay.
I, 37 male, live with my wife, 37 female, and my son and daughter, 9 and 11 respectively. That doesn't matter. Recently, there has been a kid who comes over to our house after playing soccer and either rides his bike or walks all over my lawn with his cleats on the way home. It started out as me giving him stern looks whenever I saw him, and then it progressively my gosh, every single time I have to reset. Then it slowly progressed to me asking him to just go around. Last time I asked him to stop, he made a giant point to stomp extra hard and twist his feet in the grass just to piss me off. Since then, I've been hosing him. The first time I sprayed him with the hose, he ran off. But then for some reason, he just started standing there while I hosed him, and he enjoys it.
Wow.
It has now progressed to me sitting in my lawn chair, pointing my hose at him, and him just staring at me while he does so. Sometimes we even make small talk. I'm not going to lie, it started off as a really bitter relationship, but I've actually gotten to know the kid quite well. We talk for maybe 15-20 minutes every day, and he doesn't seem to mind being hosed down after sweating hard at playing soccer. He comes by daily, and we just shoot the shit while I hose him down, and he stands there for a bit. My wife told me I needed to stop. Even after I explained it, she said that I'm making us look like childish idiots. I guess I could stop, but honestly, it's really funny. It's really funny waiting for him to come by, and I see no harm in it. Would I be the asshole?
So I don't think it's childish anymore. Well, not that I thought it was childish to begin with. I mean, like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's funny. I think it's funny. Like,
it's weird and funny, and I'm conflicted, genuinely.
I don't feel like it's weird.
I think it's weird.
I'll tell you what.
Imagine. Okay, sorry, go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, okay, somebody's stomping on my grass. I'll be like, hey kid, can you stop doing that? Like, stop stomping on my grass. Comes by, stomps on it, twists the cleats. Now he's ruining the grass. Like, he's killing the grass, messing it all up. So you're going to be like, I need to figure out a way to get him to stop.
That feels like such old man behavior.
I mean, like, if you were taking, like, imagine someone's messing something that you, like, are taking care of. Like, your house. Yeah. You buy a house and...
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not cool. It's like, imagine you had a garden and somebody's coming up and pulling your plants out. Yeah. And, like, pulling it out because they wanted to eat the carrot.
But you have to, this is the part you skipped. If he's just walking in the grass with the cleats, like, I guess he might be damaging it a little bit, you know what I mean? But just like, who cares?
But he was also riding his bike on it.
Even I mean, that's still like, how much is that damaging your grass?
If you go to a park.
I know that it like leaves a mark, you know what I mean? But like,
no, okay. Not that it leaves a temporary one-time mark of that a bike rolled through, but if you do it repeatedly, you're gonna kill the grass there.
I guess.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If the kid, he's obviously seen that the kid keeps doing it, and he doesn't want someone. You might say, hey, yeah, that is old man behavior. Like, get off my grass, or
that's
something.
What it feels like.
But if he's doing it a lot, I'm just saying, if he's doing it a lot, and listen, but even
not that it's not justified. That's just what it feels. I mean, like, personally, I feel like I wouldn't care, but I wouldn't be upset if somebody else did.
Okay, but if you then told someone, hey, can you just walk around so you're not stepping on my grass?
Yeah.
And then he digs his cleats in and turns it, like, now he's being confrontational.
Now he's a little jerk.
Now he's a child. Now we're gonna battle.
He's a child.
Doesn't matter.
You're like, gonna battle the child?
Do you think that because he's probably, he could be 12 years old.
I'm thinking he's like 9, but sure, we're in the same range, 9 to 12.
Do you think that would you give if somebody comes over to your house and your friend brings his kid over and they're jumping on your couch with their shoes on?
Then you tell the parent. You don't fight the kid.
And what if the parents don't say anything?
Then you're basically stuck. But you can't fight the kid.
You're not fighting him.
You can't fight the kid.
You would then go to the kid and say, hey, stop jumping on the couch. Get off the couch.
Sure.
So what he's doing is...
There's no further action to be had. What are you going to... I mean...
If the kid keeps jumping on the couch, what are you going to do? So you're going to grab the kid and get him off the couch. If he goes back on the couch, you're going to grab the kid and get him off the couch.
Okay, so maybe I can understand how he hoses him one time, maybe, you know what I mean? But like imagine being like the parent of that kid, right? Maybe I'm assuming whatever assumptions, whatever. I'm assuming they don't know because he didn't say that he went and told the parents. So that I feel like it's a reasonable assumption to think that the kid's parents don't know. Imagine your kid is just coming home wet every day, just drenched.
Yeah.
And which is okay, fine. But then you ask the kid, how are you getting drenched every day? And they're like, this old man sprays me down every day and we chat. As that parent, I would be like, what? What's happening? Yeah.
So, okay. So we kind of like got sidetracked there. But what I was trying to say is that, okay, so then he got the water hose.
Okay.
And the kid's walking by. He's like, hey, get off. Like, shh, I'm going to like spray you. Like, get off the grass, you know? But then the kid, when he did it again, when he comes by again, and then he like wets him, and the kid's like, what I'm saying, I don't think it's weird. I think it's kind of funny that they developed like a little friendship.
No, it's hilarious.
So now he's like, well, and when he said that, he's like, when he said that he didn't move, I was like, oh, you know what? The kid probably actually, the second time or third time that he got wet, he's probably, you know what? This actually feels good. I'm just gonna stand there and let him wet me. And then so then the guy is like, damn, this kid's just taking it. Like, how am I gonna get him off? Like, how are we gonna battle? How do I get him off now? And then obviously then that turned into like.
Yeah,
then,
the relationship
then the
that
adult
they have.
thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, if the parents think that it's weird or whatever, then cool, fine, come over here.
Yeah.
Come say something. Your kid doesn't want to get off my grass, so I wet him, and then he actually feels he likes it because it's hot. So now we just became friends.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. Like, I think that the relationship by itself is like wholesome enough. I'm just saying it as an outsider, because like, you know that there's not, like, we know, like, based off of him, that there's not, it's not like a weird relationship, but like as an outsider I would be very thrown off by that, either as the kid's mom or as that husband's wife. Like he said, you know, that his wife was like, you have to stop. I would have the same reaction. I'd be like, that's so weird, don't do that, that's a strange child. You know what I mean? Like, leave him alone at this point. Like, now you're harassing him because like maybe she hasn't observed that it's like actually wholesome or whatever.
Yeah.
But it looks, it sounds weird by itself without the additional context. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if no one knows anything and they're just like,
they just stand there.
Yeah, just wets me, and then I could see that.
And then you're like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like leave him alone. Like, you're harassing a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, if I would.
But then it takes 2 seconds to explain, and it's not weird anymore. But just like it's. Yeah, I'm just imagining either being like that kid's mom or something, and it's like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who's doing this?
Yeah. No,
strange man down the street. You stop there every day.
I'll cool him off, and then I'll send him a water bill.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just thought that one was pretty funny. And
yeah, that's pretty funny.
I don't know. Yeah, everybody said that he's not the asshole, which I'm glad, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay, story number 3. Here we go. Am I the asshole for using flashcards to explain to my brother and his wife why they can't bring their rainbow baby to my wedding? My fiance, female, and I, male, are getting married. We've decided wedding's gonna be child-free. No hate towards children, just to keep it organized and contained.
Wedding's child-free because I hate the sight of children.
Yeah.
Just that clarification is great. Because children aggravate me.
I'm glad he's not a child hater.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
When they found out that my nephew was included in the no child rule, they tried to convince me to make an exception for him. Chris told me his son is a miracle baby, and his presence at the wedding will bring blessings for me and my fiance. God. I refused and said no. The wedding is child free. His wife kept sending my fiance pics of my nephew when he was months old, and he's like, in parentheses, what does that mean? You know. I hate children. You can't bring your kid and like, no. Here's my baby when he was 4 months old. Here's him at 7 months.
This is a miracle child. Yeah.
And he's like, I told him no and to stop. My brother told me this might cause a rift in our relationship. I again said no and explained that the wedding is child free. He asked again and pointed out how his baby is different since he's a rainbow, a miracle baby. I again said no and explained that the wedding is child free. They brought it up when they visited my home, and I knew they weren't going to stop, so I made flashcards in advance with the phrase, the wedding is child-free, period, and pulled them out and started slowly showing them the flashcards one by one in this order. And it's like, number 1,
That's
the
hilarious.
wedding with a sticker of bride and groom. And he's like, next flashcard is child with a sticker of a baby. The next one, free with a sticker of like the circle with the slash going through. And then period with a huge black dot sticker. They both were stunned. I asked if they get it now, and Chris had lost his shit. His wife had already grabbed her stuff and walked out. Chris called me an asshole for doing this and said that I disrespected him, his wife, and their son, who's my one and only nephew.
Oh my God.
He rushed out after we argued. My fiance saw the whole thing and thought it was funny, but my parents and Chris are livid beyond measure. They're telling everyone about the amount of disrespect and mockery I had displayed towards them, and I'm being told to fix it now.
Oh my God. That's so stupid. Dude, that child could be baby Moses reincarnate. Baby Gandhi. I don't care, dude. I don't care. If I said this wedding is child free, I don't care if your baby is baby Gandhi.
Yeah, like I don't care who your baby is.
It's a miracle baby.
He's a rainbow baby.
Like, cool. I get it.
I'm glad they have a baby.
I'm glad you have a baby. You wanted a baby. I'm glad you have one. I'm glad you finally got that. I'm glad it was a miracle for you. I don't care. So in the context of my wedding, I don't care.
Like again, someone basically demanding someone else to change.
Feeling a right.
To change whatever they think is right or what they want to do because of their children. I have kids, therefore you have to change.
Yeah.
Based on my
Your world
kids.
has to revolve around me. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that both of my stories were like that.
Yeah.
That could have been the theme.
That could have been.
There's no theme. We just picked interesting stories.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, I just don't understand that.
It's
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
At our wedding.
Yeah.
At our wedding, like our wedding was child free also.
Baby free. I was a child and I was there.
No, well, I mean,
I was 13.
And that's a child?
You
were a teenager.
Debbie my sister was 11.
Yeah, that's like, she's not a little kid.
That's a child.
No, this is like.
Was Güero there?
Güero, I don't remember if he was there, Güero's my nephew, by the way.
I think he was there and he was 5.
2015. But so
that's a child.
Can I finish my story though?
Go.
Because like typical kid, I'm like, my wedding was child free and I was there and I was a child.
Güero was 5 and I'm pretty sure he was there. I'm just saying.
What I was gonna say is that our wedding was child free except for specific family members.
Gotcha.
Like one of my cousins, his baby was like a year old or something, and he didn't have a babysitter. But also like he's one. You know what I mean? Like that's not an issue. It was more like we didn't want to have like kids
Toddlers.
that were a certain kind of age, and 5 is probably one of those ages that we also would. But because he's my brother's son, I knew that my nephew was going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he wasn't going to be.
You didn't want free range toddlers.
Yeah, but there was like other people that we invited, like friends of the family or friends from church, and they have kids that were like 5, 7 or whatever.
Yeah. Basically, it's like you're also expressing invitations to the children. Like if your child is not invited, that was it. That's it. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, like, and it's also like, well, we wanted to have a big-ish, I mean, I guess everything is relative, right? But we invited like 240 people, I think. And so we also didn't want, and so we wanted 240 people that we wanted there.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, well, I want these families there because they're great friends to the family and they've known me my whole life growing up in church. Mm-hmm. But like that would have been 6 people, like 6 couples, but that now turns into 15. That turns into 18 people. Yeah. Because but like maybe I don't have a relationship with their kids. Like okay, well, I don't really care if your kids are there. So that's kind of like what our rule was there.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, it was more like a rule of like for like that versus.
You can invite whoever the hell you want to your wedding, and like if you don't want certain children, it's not that you don't like. It's not that you like don't like that kid. It's just like I don't have a relationship with this child.
I want to have
and I don't want this like I don't want any disturbances. Kind of like the little kids are disrupt the flow of things, which is totally fine. But
when they're like not being watched,
exactly.
Yeah, and when they're savages.
Yeah, and most of them
parents are savages.
Most of them are dirty. And grimy. I feel like little kids are always dirty.
But yeah, wow, it's so funny. Like we were just like, yeah, not the asshole. My wedding, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
we're like we didn't even like we even
because
talk about
it was just like obvious.
Just,
I feel like.
Yeah. But I think it's. But could you?
Oh, the flashcards thing.
Yeah, like did he go too hard with the flashcards?
No, dude,
then?
They're being childish. Like I don't want your, like you said, I don't want your kid at my wedding. But look at them when they were 4 months old. Like what? I don't care. Here's flashcards because you're acting like a child.
Like basically, it sounds like they asked like 4 times.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, child free, no, child free. And he's like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Boom. Boom. Big old posters from like Michael's. This episode is sponsored by no one.
Michael's maybe next time.
Shout out to Michael's.
Love it there.
They got some good poster boards over
I'm
there.
an arts and crafts girl, so
I've never seen you do arts and crafts.
I have a bin dedicated to arts and crafts in my room, and your children go in there and they play with it all the time.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Okay, you have a bin with arts and crafts stuff
Have you seen all the paintings?
Use as toys.
Have you seen all the paintings I have in my room?
You have paintings
that I have painted? Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
They're literally hanging. I mean, not hanging. They're in my shelf under my TV.
Why have you not told me this before?
I paint casually.
What do you paint?
Just like random stuff.
Like what?
Like nothing good. Just like stuff that I like. I don't know. Like I have a lava lamp painting. I have like a headless thing with like diamonds coming out. I have like an embroidered,
like a person without a head, but the head is like diamonds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have like an embroidered little mountain scene. I have like.
What do you mean like you embroidered something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Or I thought you were saying like.
I'm an arts and crafts girl. I make bracelets when I'm bored all the time. I have like a pile of. I mean, not a pile. I have like 4 right now because I lost the rest of them. But 4 that I've made since I've been here.
Plug your Etsy store. So okay, what else have you painted? I'm interested. I have no idea you painted stuff.
I have like just like dumb little stuff. Like I have like a checkerboard with like the drips. You know what I mean? Like fake dripping like paint. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay. I have like another like embroidered one that's like it's like a pinky promise and like the colors like split.
Why are they on a shelf?
Because they're not good. I just do it for fun. It's relaxing.
You just want to do it and then like put it away. Like I want to make this thing and then cool.
Because I'm basically doing it for the activity of painting, not to like produce something great. It's just like this was really relaxing to me for a moment. I have all of the paintings that I have, those canvases have been used like 6 times because they're just like, oh, that wasn't good, so I'll just paint something else over it. You know what I mean?
Like
because I want the activity of painting.
Like mm-hmm. You'll paint it all white and then paint over it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. You should take photos of them though.
But they're not good. It's just for fun.
Yourself.
I guess.
Like a journal. Because maybe you're like, wow, look, I've been improved. And like, that way you can just reuse it, mm-hmm. but you have a little snapshot or a little, and then put like in a little album. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, wow, these are like, I painted this 4 years ago. I remember that. Like,
when I started painting was when we did it at your house in LA. When I went and stayed with you guys in Boyle Heights.
What did we paint there?
Remember, that was before Olivia was born, and you did like the dots thing, and then you like laid something flat. I stayed with them because I stayed with you guys like a few times over a couple years. Yeah. We were just like bored, and we were like, oh, let's do like an activity. So we went and got stuff to paint.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we all painted something.
What did you paint on that one? Like a little cactus or a little house?
No, it was like a
little scenery, a little mountain.
It wasn't a mountain. There was like a palm tree, like a landscape, but like it was like the thing where like it's like the sky is like ombre, and then it's just like the stuff is like outlined in black, like so everything. Like I had like a black palm tree and like landscape situation. Okay. Yeah, that was the first time I ever like painted legit. And then I started painting after that.
Okay, cool.
I told you I'm an arts and crafts girl. Michael's, please.
I believe you now.
Michael, sponsor us. Okay, last one. This one, oh man, I keep hitting this. This one's pretty, I thought it was good.
Okay.
You're going to get angry. Am I the asshole for not attending my husband's celebration dinner due to the restaurant not having anything I could eat? Let's see if I can get through this without stammering. Okay. My husband has been working really hard the last 2 years to advance at his company, and he finally got a promotion he's been after. I'm really, really proud of him. His parents are too, and wanted to take us to dinner to celebrate. My husband absolutely loves prime rib, and there's one place in our area that serves it, so he picked that restaurant. Thing is, I'm not fond of steak. I'll eat it, but very rarely. I prefer chicken or fish. I lost my place. I looked up the menu before leaving, and right now they have a limited menu. The place only had 1 fish entree and 2 chicken entrees, and none of them sounded good for various reasons. I suggested that he I suggested that he pick somewhere else so everyone can eat. He refused, citing that we rarely get to go to this place, but go to other places in our area regularly, which is true. But those places could have lots of variety so everyone can eat. He suggested that I could ask if they could prepare the chicken or fish without the marinades or sauces, but I didn't want to be difficult for the kitchen staff. His next suggestion was that I order dessert while everyone else ate entrees, and then when we were done, he would take me where I wanted so I could eat dinner while he and the kids ate dessert. So I just opted not to go because I didn't want to sit there and not eat anything and not eat anything and not have a good time while everyone else was. My husband asked me to go so I could celebrate with the people most important to him. I told him no again and that he needed to get going before he was late. He did go, but came back a little over an hour later with the kids, and they all had to-go boxes. He said he couldn't think of what to tell the kids about why I didn't want to go, why I didn't go when they kept asking or without lying or making me sound bad. So he just got an order for him and them to go and let the kids spend some time with their grandparents while talking in the parking lot. I told him that he should have stayed, but he said that I put him in a bad spot with the kids, and I knew he wanted everyone there and that I should have just gotten over my picky eating for the night. I maintained that if he really wanted us to all go eat dinner as a family, he should have picked a restaurant with a more accommodating menu. Am I the asshole? And then there's one update. Some of these comments were pretty harsh, kick in the pants. I apologized profusely to my husband, and then she said that she's going to take him to that restaurant this weekend and buy him some camping gear to make up for it.
Divorce.
Dude.
Nah, not divorce.
Not divorce, but
I feel bad for the guy.
That's awful.
Like, so you working your ass off. What, he got a promotion or something?
Yeah, after 2 years of working his ass off, apparently.
And so, like, so he's all excited, right? Let's go celebrate with my wife
and my
kids.
prime rib. I love prime rib. It's the one thing I want.
And then, like, she ruined it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the guy still has a promotion. Obviously, nothing's gonna take that away. But like, you lose. She stole something from him.
I feel like most people,
moment of excitement.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like that's like saying, like, I don't know. Obviously, it's a little bit different because. No, maybe it's not a little bit different. It's like graduating, but like not going to the graduation and like not celebrating it all. It's like, sure, I graduated, but like you missed that whole, like the whole ceremony of it. You know what I mean?
And I would say maybe even worse than that because like, I guess what I was trying to say is like, if you weren't able to go for some reason, like, oh man, something happened to me, I broke my foot, or I don't know, it would suck. But like, oh man, what I was thinking is like that it was like someone else ruined it for you. Is kind of what I was trying to get at. Like, you know, with it would be, I would feel like it would be the same if somebody ruined your graduate, like someone else ruined it. Yeah,
like I just don't want to take you, and I'm your only ride, or something.
Something like that. Like somebody.
Dude, it's awful. Like, and also the worst part is like, it's not that she. First of all, I was pretty much vegan for like, I don't know, like a 6 to 8 month span. So during that time, I mean, I lived in Yuma. There was no restaurants I could go to unless I wanted to eat like literally like salad with no dressing, like and no cheese or whatever, right? And that was a personal choice. So whatever, but it'd be different if I had like allergy or something. But like in that time, I still went to restaurants, and I would just like, you know what I mean? Like for like special things or whatever, like certain friends' birthdays or whatever. And I'm chilling. I ate before, whatever. Maybe it's like a little bit awkward that I'm not eating, but everybody knows why. And I'm sitting there, I'm drinking a drink or whatever, and I'm talking to everybody because like, I'm not going to not go.
Yeah. So I also thought it was kind of funny, like stupid that she's like, pick another place where everyone can eat.
Yeah, sorry.
Like, there's no everyone.
Point. Yeah.
Everyone is you.
It's you.
And the fact that she said that she'll eat chicken.
That was the point. Is that she could eat that stuff.
Actually, everything, because she says she does eat rib.
Yeah.
What was it? Prime
rib. She says she eats steak. She just sometimes.
She just so make
and she's
this
like,
one
I
of those
eat chicken
sometimes.
And fish, and they only had 3 dishes that accommodate that.
Dude, you could have had any one of those dishes.
Yeah.
You could have asked, hey, can I get the sauce on the side? Can I just get the chicken breast on its own?
That's like, so irritating. Oh, yeah. So they did have 3 dishes that she could eat, and she was just being picky and whatever. And she's like, I don't want to be difficult for the restaurant staff, so then I'm just not going to go to your thing entirely.
Yeah.
And then he basically caved and just like basically didn't end up celebrating, which I feel so bad for him. But I will say, just kind of as a final piece, that I'm glad with this one, at least we got the closure of that. Like in that update, she realized she was wrong, and she's going to try making up for it.
Yeah, that's true. I like when they have the edits where they
go, I was the asshole, like or this person was, and this is what happened.
Yeah, like it just makes me, obviously, like now it goes from like, oh man, that sucks. What if that's what he has to deal with his whole life, blah blah blah, to like, okay, cool. I'm glad she realized, and they're gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna make up for it
or whatever.
I feel like he can get the joy that he wanted by like, like, hey,
this is
sorry.
Salvageable.
Let's go. I'll go with you. And he's like, okay, cool, let's go.
And I'm glad she accepted it too, like that. Yeah. That judgment. Why she hiccuped.
Yeah. Poor guy at the beginning, but glad that she recovered.
Yeah. And now he'll get prime rib twice.
Oh, and he's gonna get a camping gear.
And camping gear.
Bali.
2 prime ribs and a camping gear situation.
Sounds like a win to me.
Is almost made up. Yeah.
Alrighty, so I don't even know how long this episode is.
Long. Like 40 something minutes is my guess.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up. Cause it's time to go. Yeah. Cause it's the end of the show. I will grenade for you.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
That's gonna be our intro song.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah.
Peace.